So on 9 June, I had to fly out of the Philippines because I'd slipped and fell and I hurt my back. It took about 4 days before I started feeling pain, nerve pain. And another 4 days, I couldn't even walk. I had to go upstairs scooting on my butt. And probably 5th or 6th day, I could not walk at all. And I was in bed for about 4 days, 5 days, taking a nerve blocker, gabapentin. And after about 5 or 6 days, I was actually able to get up and walk around slowly. And I knew I needed to get out of the Philippines and go get some work done in the States where my insurance would cover it. So I started my journey back to the States, got on the internet, got a plane ticket, and flew out within a couple days. But I knew I had to go because as soon as I run out of those little bit of supply of gabapentin I had, I'd be right back to an invalid, couldn't even walk. So I had to go. But I'm back in Florida right now. I'm just outside of St. Augustine. And I've started my journey of finding doctors to take a look at me, x-rays and MRI and all that. So I'll put all that in the rest of this video. And a little bit about Jahan too, although I really didn't want to cover that, but I think I will. So stay tuned. So this video is going to be about a little bit of information about that. And I'm also going to put some information in there about Jahan, how we've tried to help her out a little bit. But I want to start this out with a big thank you to Jonah for supporting me and that family. And we had walked out after Jahan got her operation, and we went around behind the hospital. There was supposed to be a restaurant back there, so off-grid and a couple of the other kids and myself, we walked back there. There was actually a dock there and a boat ramp, and I walked down just a few feet on the boat ramp, and I slipped on it. Both my feet went up in the air, and I landed on my back and my head, and I jumped up and I felt okay. So I thought everything was okay, you know, buying them food, you know, paying for operations and all that kind of stuff. But I wanted her support on it, and she gave it to me. So what a wonderful young lady. Yeah, first I'll talk a final issue I have now. So I'm on my way to the doctor's office. They're gonna go over the x-ray results. I get the results from the doctor, then I'll go ahead and add a little bit to the video. So about 18 years ago, I got hurt, and I had to have my spine fused. They flew me from Iraq to Kuwait to Fort Bliss, Texas. And I had complained before I got deployed about having pains radiating down my arms. And my arm just felt weird. My neck felt fine, didn't hurt. But they did an MRI on me, and the doctor told me, yeah, you're all right, just, you can go. They thought I was trying to get out of a deployment. You know what? I just felt uncomfortable that I couldn't move my arms fast. If I tried to move my arms fast, then I had this horrible pain down my arms. It's a very different pain, nerve pain. And so I was really concerned about it. They did the MRI, and the doctor, I went back in, he goes, yeah, you're good. We'll take another look at it when you get back. I don't think he even looked at the MRI. And so they sent me. I went to Iraq, and I was on a team. Anyway, so one morning I got up and I couldn't move, hardly move my arms. I couldn't shave, and I couldn't touch my face. My arms were so. It wasn't so much the pain; it was I just couldn't move. But anyway, I couldn't brush my teeth. I couldn't shave, and so what had happened is I fell, and when I fell, then my spine, three of the discs in my spine went back and impinged my spine. So they were concerned that I'd be a paraplegic if I didn't get the operation soon. So they medevaced me, they sent me back to the States, and then they did another MRI, and they actually operated on me the next day. So I was in pretty bad shape. And I'll say maybe a day or two, and the pain was gone in my arms. It was gone. But that operation of spinal fusion from C5 to C7 is a horrible thing. And they went through my neck and did it. They put 6 screws and a plate. So it took me about 6 months to heal up good. It took me another 6 months before I was about 90% normal. Somebody else in my office where I worked at, a guy who was about 37 years old, he had the same operation, and they had to put him out of the Army. Well, I went on and did another 5 years, I think, 4 to 5 years, and so I did all right. I finished up with 27 years in the military, but I couldn't ride a motorcycle anymore. You know, the doctor actually told my ex to sell the motorcycle. He asked, does Chief have a motorcycle? She said, yeah. He said, sell it. Well, he's down and out. He can't do nothing. He'll be on the couch for about 3 months. And he was right. So she sold the motorcycle because you can't turn your head far enough to, you need to be able to turn your head around and look, see what's coming. Well, we'll see what this doctor's got to say. You know, I'm thinking that I have a disc in my lumbar touching my spine. That's what I believe. Or it might be something up in my cervical area, because I know that it was degenerative disc up there. So I knew I was going to have a problem. About 6 years ago, I went to a doctor, and I got hurt. And again, this one non-military. I was working for a Fortune 500 company, working on radar equipment for the military. So I just went into a VA hospital on Kauai, and they did some X-rays. And they said, "Yeah, you're going to need some work. They're going to have to work on your spine probably soon." And I thought, okay. 6 years later,